What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sydney, and you might be asking, why is Sydney wearing sunglasses? Well, that is to get rid of the glare of hypocrisy from the Labour Party. I've just come across not one but two newspapers with the same woman on the front page. Let's get into this, shall we? In the doghouse, taxpayer. Now, what's all this about, you might ask? Well, first one's the taxpayer pooper scooper. Now, we're talking about Labour Member of Parliament Emma Husar. Embattled Labour MP Emma Husar has taken personal leave as new concerns surface about her private and political life, including revelations her eldest daughter has moved out of home after an altercation investigated by police. Now, you might be wondering, is she a single mother? And the answer is yes. You got it in one. The Penrith MP is awaiting an ALP probe into allegations she bullied employees, including forcing chores on them, like washing her dishes. A staffer emerged from her office yesterday, walking her dog and cleaning up after its poo. Let's go to the full report on page 7, shall we? A dog's life for Husar staffer. This is going to be good. Embattled Labour MP. Here we go. Ms. Husar's eldest daughter now lives with her father, Peter Fenton, the MP's former husband. A New South Wales police spokesman confirmed officers attending an incident involving Ms. Husar last year. There we go, Ms. The dead giveaway of a single mum. A matter has been investigated and there is no further police action, a spokesman said. It is understood the incident related to a verbal argument and Ms. Husar denies any wrongdoing. Of course, she denies any wrongdoing. The domestic dispute follows news Ms. Husar's former staff made allegations of workplace bullying against her, which are being investigated by New South Wales Labour. Among the complaints were that she asked staff to clean up her dog's feces and babysit her children. Channel 7 yesterday aired footage last night of one staffer taking a dog for a walk and cleaning up after it. Keen to protect his children, Mr. Fenton told Daily Telegraph he was confident the truth would emerge. I don't wish to discuss my family issues. My priority is protecting my children and their mental well-being, but I'm sure the truth will one day come out, he said. Ms. Husar's daughter, whom the Daily Telegraph has decided not to name, good choice, Daily Telegraph, has criticized her mother in social media posts. In a post on social media for Mother's Day, she thanked another woman for being an amazing role model and mother figure in my life when I didn't have one. Oh, Emma Husar must not be a very good role model for her children by the sounds of it, in her children's own words. In an emotional speech in Parliament in 2016, of course it was an emotional speech. Yeah, I can picture it now. In an emotional speech in Parliament in 2016, Ms. Husar spoke out about being a victim of domestic violence. Of course you did. And has become an ambassador for the White Ribbon Foundation. Of course you did. Last night she took personal leave, saying the past few days have been incredibly difficult for her family. I'm a single mum and my first priority is the safety and well-being of my children, she said in a statement. I have received threatening messages, including threats of violence, and have referred them to the Australian Federal Police. The best thing for me and my family right now is for us to be out of the spotlight, so I can access support. Taxpayer-funded support that men don't get. That's right, Ms. Husar. Labour leader Bill Shorten's office said they were unaware of any of the allegations against Ms. Husar, despite it becoming involved in shutting down a story in the Telegraph in October last year about her use of staff for personal duties. So, further proof that the Labour Party are just all about lying to protect their own and about protecting their single mum compadre, Ms. Husar, who has been misappropriating taxpayer funds, been involved in an altercation with her older daughter who doesn't want anything to do with her, clearly. Now, the second newspaper, and I was tipped off to this by one of my subscribers in a video the other day. I can't remember who it was, but thank you, whoever it was. This one. Girls, hit your hallelujah with Bruno Mars. Trouble-prone Labour MP Emma Husar took a taxpayer-funded trip to Brisbane to see a Bruno Mars concert with a girlfriend, one of Penrith Police's highest-ranking officers. The pair also shared a hotel room at taxpayers' expense after the Uptown Funk Singers show. It can be revealed Ms. Husar, under investigation for alleged bullying of staff, flew into Brisbane on March 14 in time for the concert. She had no official duties there that day. She met with 2 charities the next day, but had to skip the second day of a National Disability Insurance Scheme parliamentary hearing in North Queensland to do so. Let's check out the full report on pages 4 and 5. Guys, don't go away. You want to see what I got waiting for you at the end of this video. It is going to knock your socks off. Here we go. Husar's strife on Mars. And that's her and her friend. Wow, she really smashed the wall. Embattled again. Embattled Labour MP Emma Husar took a taxpayer-funded trip to Queensland during which she saw a Bruno Mars concert with one of Penrith Police's highest-ranking officers. The trip came several months after Penrith Police investigated a domestic dispute involving Ms. Husar and her teenage daughter, who now lives with Ms. Husar's ex-husband, and for good reason, by the sounds of it. The Daily Telegraph can reveal taxpayers paid for Ms. Husar's flights to Brisbane in March this year, where she attended the Bruno Mars concert with Chief Inspector Tracy Stone. On the day of the concert, March 14, Ms. Husar had no meetings in Brisbane but claimed $114 for use of a government-chauffeured car, which she says was probably from the airport to her hotel. Which she says was probably from there. Definitely was from there. Unbelievable. The lies just keep coming. Her only 2 meetings in Brisbane were the following day with a homeless service and a visit to a domestic violence call centre, DV Connect. Yeah, why does that not surprise me? The tickets to see Bruno Mars were paid for by Ms. Stone as a birthday present for Ms. Husar. Ms. Husar's birthday is on April 20. She did not respond to questions about whether the 2 meetings were organised before or after Ms. Husar decided to go to the March 14 concert. But the Lindsay MP has defended the use of taxpayer funds, of course she has, saying the meetings were relevant to her parliamentary position. But the Lindsay MP has defended, her flight back from Brisbane to Sydney on March 15 cost taxpayers $492. After the concert, Ms. Husar and Ms. Stone shared a hotel room together as friends, with the hotel bill paid for by the taxpayer. Her spokesman said the cost of her accommodation in Brisbane, along with her flight from Cairns to Brisbane, was taxpayer funded, but had not yet been made publicly available. He said the $114 Comcar ride was likely from Brisbane Airport to her hotel. New South Wales Police confirmed Chief Inspector Stone, the duty officer at the Nepean Police Area Command, accompanied Ms. Husar to the concert. As part of her responsibilities, Chief Inspector Stone is required to engage with leaders throughout the command as part of her wider and varied partnerships for crime prevention. Yeah, that's right. Justify her taking a trip to Brisbane on the taxpayer purse on the need to engage with leaders. Leaders indeed. Chief Inspector Stone and Ms. Emma Husar MP have known each other as a result of attending the same school together. They attended a concert together in Queensland earlier this year. There have been no allegations of misconduct in relation to Chief Inspector Stone concerning her policing responsibilities and her friendship with Ms. Husar. Ms. Husar has taken personal leave amid allegations of bullying in her Western Sydney office and claims staff were asked to clean up her dog's feces and babysit her children. The Daily Telegraph last week revealed police attended Ms. Husar's home last year during a domestic dispute with her eldest daughter. A New South Wales police spokesperson confirmed officers attended the incident and investigated it, saying no further action was required. Ms. Husar's teenage daughter now lives with her father, Peter Fenton, the MP's former husband. Ms. Husar defended the use of taxpayer funds to travel to Brisbane. Wow, there's a lot of repetition going on here. Sorry about that, guys. But please stick with me because there's some goodies at the end. Of course, no work expenses were used to attend a concert. Bullshit. Any assertion otherwise is preposterous, her spokesperson said. These meetings were relevant to Emma's role as secretary of the opposition status of Women Caucus Committee. There we go. It had to come back to something with women's. And noting her involvement in domestic violence policy development. That's not a good thing after she's been involved in a domestic dispute with her daughter. Now deleted Facebook posts show Ms. Husar and Ms. Stone at the concert. Ms. Stone, another one that doesn't want to be identified as a divorced single mum. The Telegraph understands Ms. Stone was asked by her superiors to clean up her Facebook page. In another post on Ms. Stone's page, she tagged Ms. Husar on March 13th with a link to an article about the upcoming Bruno Mars and Ed Sheeran concerts, where she stated, "Hands up if you're going to both," to which Ms. Husar responded, "Hola." Before arriving in Brisbane, Ms. Husar flew from Sydney to Cairns, where she met with Ruth's Women's Shelter on March 13, of course she did, and attended a parliamentary committee hearing on the NDIS, which finished just after 3 p.m. on March 14. There was another hearing scheduled in Townsville the following day on March 15, which Ms. Husar did not attend. Now, here is the juicy bit. The really juicy bit, guys. Now, this was sent to me by my buddy, Jimmy McKinn. I'm not going to identify his full name, but I'm just going to call him that.
A word to the Labor Party.
And here we go.
Stop making single mothers look... A word to the Labor Party. Stop making single mothers look like bullies, bad bosses. Please drop the excuse that you keep using for your federal MP, Emma Husar, who's been accused by her staff of bullying. Stop telling us she's just a poor single mum.
There is an independent investigation, but the reason why I did choose to explain a little bit about Emma Husar's circumstances is she's a single parent.
What I know about Emma Husar is that she's a single mum.
Excuse me, but what has being a single mum got to do with any of this? Husar is being investigated by the New South Wales Labor Party after 20 former staffers provided statements that literally detail her bullying. 20 ex-staff is bad enough, given that Husar has been in politics for just 2 years, and she can employ just 4 staff at a time. And boy, they don't seem to stay with her very long, do they? And perhaps no wonder when you hear their complaints. For instance, some claim that one staffer must help do Husar's housekeeping. Others have to do other household chores, like the woman who had to walk Husar's dog yesterday and pick up its poo. You know, we taxpayers actually paid that woman to do that for Husar. Now, other staff complain that she also swears and shouts at them and even ordered one to do the dishes so that he would learn about his white male privilege. Now, Husar said she's horrified with these allegations and she disputes them. And we'll see whether that Labor inquiry will get to the truth and tell us what it is too. But I tell you, one thing stinks even more than Husar's dog droppings, and it's that excuse. I'm a single mum. For instance, when the allegations first surfaced last week, Husar said, "I am a single mum with 3 children, working hard and doing my best." And yesterday again, when she announced that she was taking leave to look after her children during this investigation, she said in her statement, "I'm a single mum, and my first priority is the safety and well-being of my children." Now, this line, this excuse is clearly being workshopped at Labor's head office. Here is Labor MP Mike Kelly defending Husar. You've got a hard-working young woman, a single mother with 3 kids. Here is former Labor Senator Sam Dastyari, now back helping New South Wales Labor, tweeting, watching all these sick social media trolls salivate at the struggles of a strong single mother. And then ending on making a TV show about this for 10. Always had an eye for self-promotion. Now, sure, Husar is a single mum with 3 children and 1 autistic, so it really does have to be tough balancing her family duties with a very full-on job. That said, only 2 of the children do live with her. The eldest had a nasty altercation with her and moved in with Dad. But more important, does being a single mum really excuse Husar's allegedly foul language, the bullying, or the churning through 20 staff in just 2 years? Does it really excuse a politician who's on $200,000 a year still using taxpayer-funded staff to do her house duties and pick up after her dog? Even Labor leader Bill Short today struggled to defend that last bit.
Well, I don't know all the circumstances. That's what I'm saying to you. I wouldn't ask you or anyone else to pick up my dog's poo, but, you know, that's probably just what dog owners do.
But then there's that damaging signal that is sent by Husar's excuse. Oh, she's just a single mum. Well, what does that do for other single mothers? I mean, say they go to the boss, a boss, and ask for a job. What would be running through that boss's mind if Husar's excuse is the standard, that hiring a single mum means, of course, you should expect the kind of bullying and the foul language that Husar's accused of. Of course, you should expect this single mum you hire was going to make her staff pick up after her dog. Of course, you should expect that she's going to go through a whole office of staff in just 6 months. Don't all single mums do that? Please, come on. Find another excuse, Emma. Or maybe, if you can't really look after your children and your dog, and also do this job, then maybe that job is not for you.
Right? So this is where we're at. So she goes to Brisbane, pays for her travel in Brisbane, right? Government funded chauffeured limousines, government funded hotel rooms to go to a Bruno Mars concert. She's gone through 4 or 5 entire lots of staff in 2 years. She's on 200 grand a year. She's paying people to pick up after her dog, babysit her kids, right? She's a white ribbon advocate and, domestic violence and women, I'm a domestic violence victim. But yet, you're the one whose older daughter left you because of a domestic violence incident and went to live with her father, who's trying desperately to protect his kids. But this woman, because of her actions, is ending up bringing her kids into the media. That is so selfish. And it's typical of the narcissistic, leftist-minded, feminist, SJW type single mother mentality. Just unbelievable. And there's some very good single mums out there that do the best with the resources that they have, that do the best they can within the framework of being just a mother and not a mother and a father, because you can't be a mother and a father. But stop using being a single mum as your excuse. Stop saying, oh, I'm a poor single mum. Oh, she's just a poor single mum. Oh, well, she is a hard-working single mother. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit single mother excuse, right? This woman needs to take some accountability for her actions. This woman needs to be held reprehensible. This woman needs to be kicked out of office for her clear, blatant, and ongoing misuse of taxpayer funds and taxpayer-funded staff. Right, clear and simple systemic abuse on her part. Right. She's all over the mainstream media, 2 newspaper headers, right? It's just unbelievable. It's like every time I hear some next level bullshit that a woman's done in the media recently, always a fucking single mum. Rarely ever is it someone that has a family unit that has a mother and father and kids and they all work together, right? We got this chick, right? And then we got the Sammy Lucas. She's not even a mum yet. She's 48. She's not going to be a mum. Her ovaries are dried up, right? And it is what it is. We've got this single mum vegan who drinks sperm smoothies, apparently, daily for energy. Like the bullshit that I'm seeing coming out of single mothers. And look, I know I've got a couple of single mothers that watch my program, right? And some of them are widows, right? Some of them are victims of circumstance, right? I don't know of one single mother that watches my channel that is a single mother by choice, right? That's a single mother because of narcissistic personal reasons, right? I'm not saying there aren't there, but I'm just saying I don't know of any, right? So to anyone who is a single mother because of narcissistic reasons, that's a really bad idea and you should feel bad, right? But to those of you who have been widowed, right, who have been walked out on for, you know, for reasons you can't control, I understand that it's a shitty situation for you and respect for doing what you can to raise your kids, but just make sure those kids get to see their father. That's all I ask. Anyway, man, if you know any other guys who are sick of the bullshit that is happening with single mothers, who are sick of this kind of abuse of taxpayer funds, who are sick to death of the media glorifying single motherhood and making excuses for single mothers that do the wrong thing, then share this video. Like it, give it the thumbs up that it deserves right now. Hit that subscribe button below and the bell next to it if this is your first time watching the channel, or if you've seen a couple of my videos and you haven't yet subscribed. Only 25% of my subscribers are the people that watch. So 75% of the people watching these videos are not yet subscribers, and I'd love to have you guys on board so you can get your daily red pills and your juicy snippets of information like what I've given you today. All right, man, I'm out of here for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.